Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Continuing to see sunny conditions out there this morning and gradually seeing additional fog burning off around the region this morning. Temperatures climbing up to the upper 60s at this time and seeing a wind out of the south at around 10 miles per hour. Expecting a slightly breezy weather day ahead, but nothing too significant. Shouldn't see a wind advisory today. Overall dry conditions and mostly sunny conditions through the day today. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have high pressure and control over the region. We're going to see that moving eastward as we move through the next 2 days. Bring this tighter pressure gradient over the region. That's going to bring those slightly breezy conditions we'll see today and tomorrow. And as we get into Thursday, this boundary well off to the west will again start to push through the area, and expecting that to gradually dry out as it moves through the area, but it will bring some slight chances of a few rain showers, mainly as we get into the PM time frame on Thursday. And then behind that, we'll once again return to a dry weather pattern with high pressure and control. If we take a look at the upper level winds this morning, looking at south-southwesterly winds through much of the column, becoming more westerly as we get up in the upper levels, and seeing our peak wind today of 37 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level is at 13,800 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, we still see some patchy areas of fog still continuing to burn off this morning, but again, overall, mostly sunny here locally, and expect that to continue as we move through the day today. We'll see some cumulus clouds likely developing as we get into the afternoon time frame, but overall, mostly sunny to partly cloudy conditions and dry moving through our day today. If we look at the short-term high-resolution model, again, dry conditions prevail, slightly breezy through the day. We'll see the breeze a bit less gusty as we move through the overnight time frame, but still keeping a slight breeze and dry conditions. We'll see a continuation of some mild conditions for the next couple days as we go into Wednesday. No precipitation expected. Slightly breezier for our day on Wednesday. Looks like we'll stay below that wind advisory criteria once again for Wednesday, but overall dry conditions. And we'll see some increasing clouds as we move later in the day as we start to see some of the precipitation moving into the region with that frontal system pushing through. Right now, it looks like much of the precipitation will stay mainly to our south through the morning hours of Thursday, and then we'll see our chance of maybe a few light showers as we get into the afternoon time frame on Thursday. And again, not looking like anything too significant in the way of precip totals, just possibly a few light showers passing through during the afternoon, and the probability of that not looking extremely high either. So then we'll see that boundary push through, and things will once again dry out with precipitation chances minimalizing. And as we go into the longer term forecast here, zooming out, starting off early Friday morning, we'll see again that boundary pushing out of the area, dry weather prevalent, and high pressure starting to build back into the region. We see dry conditions as we move into the weekend time. We'll see a slight cool down behind the front, but not still looking above average. Otherwise, staying pretty nice as we move through the weekend forecast with dry conditions prevailing. And it looks like as we get towards the end of the weekend and into Veterans Day, we'll have another frontal system approaching the region with the main low well off to the northwest, and most of the system passing off to the west and northwest. But it does look like we could see some precip chances as that boundary finally sinks its way into the local area, mainly late Sunday into Monday. Seeing some disagreement with the modeling on this, so still some uncertainty with this, but it looks like late Sunday into early Monday, possibly into Monday, lingering, possible some rain chances once again back in the forecast. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we'll see green conditions over the next 24 hours, not expecting any weather risk. We'll see our high temperature up to around 73 degrees this afternoon, and we'll see those winds generally out of the south, south-southwest, peaking around 9 to 14 knots, gusting up to 20 knots as we get later in the afternoon. And again, a chance of seeing some scattered cumulus clouds around, possibly a ceiling developing around 3,000 feet. But overall, expecting just some partly cloudy conditions this afternoon. Moving into the evening, again, less gusty through the evening, but still keeping a slight breeze out of the south to south-southwest at around 7 to 12 knots. Our low temperature will cool down to around 59 degrees, well above average for this time of year. And we'll start the day off partly cloudy as we move into our Wednesday. Tides are running normal at this time, and Another partly cloudy and slightly breezy day for Wednesday, slightly breezier than what we'll see today, but still expecting to stay below that wind advisory criteria at this time. We'll see a warmer day with a high of 77 degrees, and we'll see our low Wednesday evening around 63 degrees. Thursday, we'll see mostly cloudy conditions with the frontal system approaching the region, and we'll see a chance of a rain shower again, mainly during the afternoon, looking at about a 20% chance of that happening, and precip total is not looking too impressive with that, but still a mild day with a high of 75. And then we'll see a slight cool down with a high of 69 for Friday, but that's still above average for this time of year. Overall, partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions for Friday. We'll see partly cloudy on Saturday with a seasonable high around 64 degrees, and then we'll start warming back up again ahead of that next frontal system potentially moving through the area as we move into the end of the weekend and into Monday. Increasing cloud cover with that frontal system, so looking at mostly cloudy conditions right now, keeping a spread of 30% chance of precipitation as we move through that time frame there. With that uncertainty, we'll be able to narrow that down a little bit better as we get closer to the weekend time, but otherwise seeing those temperatures back up in the upper 60s, lower 70s, and our low temperatures in the low to mid 50s. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.